What's up, oddities? So today brings us the news that the World Economic Forum has a new leader. It's the former president or chairman of Nestle Corp, as I understand it, the Nestle company. Apparently, he's the lizard-eyed guy who said at one point that something like humans don't have a right to water. And I think it was the old show that the governor did, Jesse Ventura of Minnesota. He did the show that exposed how Nestle was taking unbelievable amounts of water from the Great Lakes in the United States. And that company was being allowed to do that, by the way. There was, the government here wasn't trying to stop it, and neither were other people. So I think that's pretty interesting. But I think we get lost so much of the time in the leaders of some of these organizations, because look at what happened with Schwab, okay? People focused on Klaus Schwab. He was almost the perfect distraction. Everybody said he looked like a Bond villain, and now we got this guy, again, the lizard-eyed guy. And what I tried to focus on and tell people was pay attention to all the large companies that are part of the World Economic Forum. Many of these companies that Americans do business with in some way, many of these companies that presidential administrations are affiliated with in some ways. And don't forget that the current administration has at least about a half a dozen World Economic Forum members in it as well. And we need to realize that these big organizations don't function without the money of these large companies and banks. The Council on Foreign Relations, the Atlantic Council, they don't move. They don't have power without that financial backing, which again often comes directly from companies that Americans do business with. Now, I often point out that the Atlantic Council and the Council on Foreign Relations, they have these huge technocracy affiliated corporations as some of their biggest donors, like Facebook and Google. So we have to keep our eyes out for all of that as well, because they want us to focus on one guy and keep us from looking deeper into things. And they do the same things with politics a lot of times as well. They keep us distracted in any way they can to keep the people from taking it upon themselves to actually research things. They want us listening to their talking heads, and that's about it. They tell us what to think. They tell us who to love and who to hate. And that's another thing we got to really be honest about and be aware of if we really want to find the truth. That being said, cheers and blessings. And remember, guys, their order is not our order. See ya.